What's going on? This is Rashad out of the Bull, out of Durham, North Carolina. We out here working in Raleigh right now with Paper TV, Big Mouth Media, right here at Celebrity Studios. I got my kids over here from the Boys and Girls Club working with my nonprofit G3 Community Engagement. Pretty much what we focus on is creative arts, community enrichment, and professional development programming. And our ultimate goals are to pretty much to keep the kids out of the streets, essentially help them graduate and provide youth employment opportunities.
Let me ask you this: what made you dive into this field, man?
I grew up in the Boys and Girls Club. There's very few male mentors in my life, so I really had to realize I had to become what I didn't have growing up. So essentially, I got tired of nagging, complaining about what I didn't have. So I'm like, I'm gonna go get it on my own, and I'm gonna provide it for the kids.
That's real right there. So this is more like, this is a passion for you.
Yeah, for sure.
This ain't that you just woke up and say, hey, I want to do it just because. Gotcha.
We was founded in 2015. We got our 501c3 status in September 2015. I partnered with the Boys and Girls. I partnered with the Boys and Girls Club as soon as I graduated from Winston-Salem State.
Okay.
Shout out WSSU.
Yeah, you already know. You already know. Yeah, I already knew you was gonna do that one.
Real proud. But so I graduated December 2014. I was unemployed for like 4 months. I was getting offered salary jobs, but my heart wasn't in it.
It wasn't there.
I wasn't in it. So essentially, what I did was I started an extension of G3 at Winston-Salem State. Within like the first 2-3 weeks, we got like 50 student members, right? Just off the rip, and that came off of there was like momentum built from my first business venture that I started with my homie Derek Bernard from the Caps out of Durham, North Carolina.
I heard it at the Caps. Yeah.
So I'm a co-founder of that. So funny thing about that. So essentially, what the Caps was, it's an acronym for Children Against Pressure Society. But the funny thing about it was we never. We just started off with hats, aka caps, right?
Yeah.
We were selling hats. Cool, we got a little buzz, but we transitioned to selling clothes.
How was that transitioning?
The transition was crazy because as soon as we went, not everybody wears hats. Everybody wears a t-shirt or whatever the case may be, right? And then it just kind of took off from there. Our buzz was crazy, especially at Winston. We sold out all our events, but essentially, in the first 3 weeks of us starting the brand, we ended up on Funkmaster Flex's website. Yeah, so shout out to the Caps, man. It's my brother. To this day, we still work heavily together. But essentially, I branched out from that, started G3. But essentially, all it really was pretty much a community service, organization. So it gave the common college student an opportunity to actively engage in that community.
Right. Keep everybody active.
Essentially, if I want to be in a fraternity or sorority, but I'm still passionate about community service and giving back, this is a way they could do so.
How do you manage all of those and still be able to, keep up with your personal life? Because from what you're saying, you kind of remind me of myself. Like, you dipping and dabbing a lot of different things, because you're good at it. You know how to maneuver in it. But how do you balance that with, your personal life as well?
The thing is, I had to remember my why. And essentially, my why is to provide everything I got within inside of me, no matter whether I've been doing it for a year or 25 years. I'm 25, turned 26 in like 2 weeks. But
bro, that's what's up.
Literally, it's kind of like my resource is your resource. Whatever I have in me, I'm supposed to give it away because it was given to me. So, like, to answer your question, not to butter it up. I'm still trying to find consistency and self-discipline, and it's a daily, not even struggle, but a daily challenge to do so. So it's kind of like Sunday night, I gotta sit down, like, all right, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I know I gotta, Thursday, Friday, I know I gotta. So I'm still getting into that, because I just moved back from Chicago, April 13th.
Oh, this year?
Yeah, I'm fresh back, pretty much.
So is that when you're originally from Bull City?
Durham. So I went, crazy story. So I was working in the Boys and Girls Club for a year and a half, and I graduated from Winston.
Okay.
They gave me my first job I came up with a program, G3, for a 3-week program. They gave me my first job pretty much to run my program. So
the way you wanted to run it, no
free run.
Oh man, that's a blessing.
All right, so that's how I got that. So I worked there for a year and a half. I was kind of in this deep rut or like depression per se. I won't even say depression. I was just down because I was like, I can be doing more. So
you're doing it all the way.
Right, I can be doing more. Even though I was doing so much outside looking in, I'm like, I'm not doing enough. I could be doing more. essentially, bro, excuse me. Essentially, what I did was, I was like, yo, I think I want to go back to school and get my master's. So I applied. I didn't think I was gonna get into school. My homies did, so we made a bet.
Okay.
So I used
to. The bets always golden, you know what I mean? Because that make you go harder.
Bro, the bet was, so I always used to freestyle, play around in the car, rapping with my boys, blah, blah, blah.
We're going to dive into this. Yeah, right. Go ahead.
So I'm freestyling, whatever. I'm like, put a beat on, it don't matter what it is. Give me a word, whatever. So they're like, all right, bro, stop playing. You need to record something. He was like, all right, bet. Since you don't think you getting into school, and we do, if you get into school, you gotta drop a single, or EP, or LP, a full-length album, or something.
You got good friends.
Right, they're my homies. Shout out to Trey Blue and Bobby Burton.
Yeah, they good friends.
Right. So, what happened was, so I put the application in anyway. I'm like, I gotta shoot my shot. I flew out to Chicago to do the actual interview. The program director, she was like, yeah, you don't really meet the requirements, but I really like you, but I'll get back to you within a month. 1 week later.
1 week?
I opened my email. Congratulations, Jamal Bowden. You have been accepted in the Adler University. I'm like, good. So it was a bittersweet moment because I got into school. I'm about to move out my comfort zone. I'm 800 plus miles away now.
Right.
I'm in Chicago at that. That experience was wild, but it was love though.
It took you out of your element for a little bit.
But that's the beauty.
That's the beauty of it. I was just about to say, whenever you come out of your comfort zone, you have to get something done, and you in a different environment. It shape you. It makes you go harder.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Do all of that.
Dog, you got to eat. If you don't cook, you don't eat.
You don't eat.
So that's how I was in Chicago. It was kind of like I had to get it out the muscle. Of course, it was days I was broke. Technically back to being a broke college student.
Yeah.
But I found myself in terms of really music, learning more about business, of course, learning about my field in terms of the nonprofit sector, and I got my master's in. Literally, this is the last week of my master's.
Last week, right here.
Yeah. So I'll be finished after this week.
That's what's up, man. Congrats on that. Yeah, for real, man. That's a blessing right there.
2-year program, but it felt like 4.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just like,
you were digging from the dirt, though. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I'm going no further than this, man. It's tough, but I think I'm enough in debt with school.
Go ahead and try to.
Yeah, man. It was loud though, but I'm all over the place
but no,
how my life is right now.
I got you, but look, let me back you up for a second.
Talk to me.
So you spit.
Yeah.
Now is that like your main passion? Is that like the thing that you really trying to gun for?
I've been passionate about music, but not me doing music. So that's an everyday growing thing. But the reason why I really started doing music is because I got tired of complaining about how whack a lot of these dudes was that I was hearing. It's just like I feel like who's really taking this serious? Are you really taking time to really think every word and bar and line and song, and do you ever have a concept for this song?
Right.
Can you tell a story? Do you even know how to count bars? Do you something as simple as that? In my mind, it's simple, right? But it's like I got tired of complaining, so I'm like, yo, you got the actual talent to do it, so do it. Like, become the change you want to see. If you want bars to come back, you want to bring bars back, bring them back yourself.
What's your style of rap? Like, what's your style of, that you kind of go for?
I try my best not to box myself in, but my earlier work, like I ain't been recording for like 2-3 years.
Okay,
like my earlier work is more
playing modest over here right now.
But like my earlier work is more lyrical. They were per se conscious, but the crazy thing is, now I'm a songwriter, so I write for other artists as well.
I saw it on your Instagram. You're a songwriter, yeah.
Yeah, so I write for other artists as well. So it's kind of like I can be who I want to be behind when I'm writing for other people. So then it's kind of like, nah, let me try this out. Let me sing a little bit. Let me harmonize a little bit. Or let me, give you some crazy bars or whatever. So I've written for a couple like local artists.
Okay.
And a lot of the stuff is just in the stash, just building up a catalog. My camp only goes as far as I push, but I gotta push myself out even further so that I can pull them with me. So it's kind of like I struggle, but that is a struggle for me in the simple fact it's easy to play the back, but you the mouthpiece.
You the mouthpiece.
You the face. Yeah. You the face. You're the talent. You're the this, the that. But it's kind of like, yo, we when you got, especially when you're dealing with younger people. Like I got across the room, across the hall.
You got some talent in there.
Bro, and it's crazy because they don't even know. It's a couple of them that I'm gonna sign.
Okay.
don't know it.
They don't know it yet.
Sign them to publishing deals.
Okay.
So essentially, what that is just me marketing the music for them. They're making it. I'm pushing it out. So I own this percentage of your royalties, and you own the other half.
I feel like nowadays, man, the kids don't really know like the terminologies of different when it comes to the business aspect of just the music part of it. You know what I'm saying? And by you being a mentor, you know what I'm saying, being part of the Boys and Girls Club, I feel like, man, you are a wonderful asset to the kids now, man, because you don't really have a lot of them. Everybody wants to be
black men.
Right, on top of that.
Yeah, so that was the one thing I had to toot my own horn about. Like you ain't no old washed up dude. You can't relate. Nah,
you can't relate. You see 25, right?
25, 26 in 2 weeks. We can have 2 weeks.
Okay.
August 13th. Yeah, August 13th.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, man. So I mean, I'm tired as hell right now, even talking. But it's like somebody got to do it.
Somebody got to get it done. Now I got to get it done, like you said. Something like, yo, I'm not gonna go my team ain't gonna go as far as me. Like I got to push them, and that's really it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But this is it. I gotta ask you this, right? Because I feel like this is so important. When it comes down to your organization with the kids, do you feel like you give them a lot more time when it comes down to like things that you see where they're weak at, where you can kind of better them and put them in a position to where like, okay, this is how you need to come at it. Like, do you feel like you do more of that, or do you feel like you kind of give them that leeway to kind of be creative, find a way, mess up a couple of times, or you try to kind of nip that already just because you're really investing in these kids as well?
Balance between meet you where you are, but understand I'm pretty much just guiding the ship. Yeah. But we all on the ship together, going to the same destination. Right. So it's kind of like I'm an up-and-coming artist, but I want to help up-and-coming artists who don't know or have as much as I do. So I want y'all to come with me in the process up, because it's easy to trust somebody when they've been with you from the start, opposed to just you meeting Joe Blow, Sarah Lee, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know you from nothing. I don't know nobody that knows you, nobody to vouch for you. I haven't heard nothing. Yeah. So I can't, I don't know.
Shot in the dark.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know your character. Like, so it's kind of, I want people to build with me, because who's to say in 2 years or 10 years or 20 years that this won't be the next Rockefeller or the next whatever. So
speak it.
Essentially what I did was what I learned and when I was in Chicago was a lot of business structure. So I'm like, one of the realest lines I heard in the last couple of years was Nas. I think he was on the Khaled album. He was like, start a label, run it, sign yourself. That's a major key. I'm like,
that's real.
So imagine you start a label, you sign yourself, you build your own buzz and leverage in the industry, and then now labels are reaching out to you, but I own all the rights to my music. So now you gotta buy me out of my contract under my own business.
Right.
I'm two separate entities now. I'm three. Jay Rashad, Jamal Bowden, and G3E.
And that's your real name?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm three different entities. I represent myself. I am myself.
And on time.
I'm the CEO of my own organization and my own label. Or excuse me, music production company is how I want to label it.
Your motto. What's your motto you live by, man?
G3. Gain knowledge, guide others, grow together.
Say that one more time for the people. They need to hear that.
So gain knowledge, guide others, grow together. So essentially the knowledge that one gains to able to guide the next individual that ultimately helps all of us grow together.
That right there, that hit home.
That's love, bro.
That hit home right there. Cause that sums it up all in a nutshell. Can I use that? Can I let people, can I spread the word? I'm gonna sign off on it. I'm gonna let them know where it came from.
She patting. That's actually my logo right here, man.
That's the logo?
That's one of the logos. That's for the nonprofit, and we got another. This is my logo for the G3ENT.
Okay.
So it's multiple. So it's essentially like Rockefeller, Rockaware, Rock Nation, Rock, but it's just G3 this, G3 this, G3 this.
That's dope.
So I just kind of use the business models of the people that I look up to, or the way that I like the way they move. So essentially, Diddy does the same thing. So he got Combs Enterprises, and then he owns this plethora of like wine and spirits, right? But he got all this. He got Ciroc, and but he's a co-owner of a lot of different things that we've never heard of. He's still making that bread.
Followers, you think are they from North Carolina? Are they from Chicago? Or is it a mixture of both?
Definitely RDU. Expanding out in Charlotte, but I got artists in Chicago in negotiations with now that are about to sign.
Oh, word. You gonna bring them out here?
Of course.
Okay,
so my thing is I wanna, cause like this is off topic, but it's kind of not.
No, go ahead.
Why Durham and Raleigh don't bang? Why we don't rock with each other? Durham, to me, this is me. Raleigh got, of course, she's the capital. They got the bread. They got the capital.
They got the capital.
Durham has the history and the culture.
Right.
And the, you know what I'm saying? It's just super entrepreneur spirit. It's super cultivate. But together, you merge us together. RDU airport, RDU this, RDU area, but we don't even rock with each other.
We don't combine.
Bro, I hear about so many, since I've been like working in Raleigh, I hear about so many different events and this and that, but I've never heard of these things. And these are annual events, but I've never heard of them. And I'm 20 minutes down the road, 30, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's real.
That bothers me. So what I decided to do was, I'm like, how can I infiltrate the Raleigh area and then bridge the gap between whether it's through the kids or through the music or through just business period. All right, cool. I got a base of people and kids in the organization in Durham. So let me go start something in Raleigh.
Start something in.
So this is my internship.
Okay.
So what I had to do with my internship was I wanted to be back home. I wanted to make my impact at the crib. So what I decided to do was I asked my program director, I said, is it a way that I could do my final internship back home? She was like, yeah, all you gotta do is make sure you fulfill these requirements.
Okay.
Did all that, figured that out. Created the program. I'll email it to you the breakdown. Created the program. It got approved. I got on the Boys and Girls Club.
Working.
And then now we in here.
Hey.
This interview and they over there recording.
That's blessings right there. That's blessings right there, man. Can I get like a 16 from you? I feel like, can I get 16 from you?
Put something on. I'll put a random beat on and give me. I don't really like.
Yo, I do the acapella?
Nah, not really, but like, this is what I struggle with, bro.
Talk to
People
me.
go to interviews and they like, let me get a freestyle. Freestyle means it's straight off the top.
Straight off the top.
Nah, like, so what I do, even with my kids, just for polishing and repetition wise, I be like, yo, put a beat on and give me a word.
And let you go. I feel like I need to do that.
That's my thing. Niggas be come out there with these writtens. I'm just like, I can't respect. It's hard. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I don't even care if you ain't talking about. I want to hear your flow.
Let's hit me in something.
I want to hear raw thoughts.
Yeah, raw thoughts that go to your head.
Yeah, oh, it's cool.
You got family out here, man?
Yeah, what, in Raleigh or just?
Yeah, like this right here in North Carolina.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, of course, my mom. I got a couple aunts in Durham.
Okay.
My cousin, he just moved to San Francisco, but he from this way. Yeah,
Got you.
family out here though, for sure.
That's what's up. Cause I know you say you're from Chicago, so I ain't know like a lot.
No, I'm from Durham. I just moved to Chicago for school.
Got you. You did say that.
I ain't about to play. I ain't about to play.
You ain't gonna play?
I ain't about to play that boys. Like, they chill out. They cool though. They chill though, bro.
I feel.
They chill.
For real?
But they cool. They super. It's love. As long as you ain't out here talking crazy and you just. Hey, niggas know real, bro. You just keep it high with yourself first, and then you keep it high with somebody else. They gonna rock.
They gonna rock with you. They gonna rock with you.
Yeah.
Yo, do you throw events?
Throw 'em?
Yeah.
That's when we in the process of. I'm still getting my feet wet. I'm
I
like
feel,
3 months back, bro. But yeah, that's what we on right now.
I feel like we personally can put something together as far as events and make it so right. I mean that too, no cap. I'm so serious.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I really want to, like I told you, I want to bridge that gap between Raleigh. Where you from? Originally?
I'm from Raleigh.
Oh, that's love.
Well, look. Let me bring it back. Let me bring it back. I was born at Duke Hospital at 3:36 in the morning.
Not 3:36.
At 3:36 in the morning. And I shot to Raleigh after I was good to go.
You from Raleigh?
I'm from Raleigh, man. So I gotta let it be known for somebody later on want to be like, nah, dog. You from Durham.
We can do this then. I was born, I don't know what time, I was born at UNC Hospital.
Okay. And then you?
From there, I was raised in Durham most of my life.
Got you.
So, I mean, it's what it is. My people originally from the country, from Solid City. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Solid City.
It's like, it's still 919. It's like probably an hour and a half away. It's probably, I know it's an hour from Durham, probably an hour, 15, hour and a half.
Okay.
It's Chatham County. It's super, it's pigs and open space and fields. And one main street.
One main street?
Yeah, we downtown.
What's the population? Probably about what, 5?
I can't even tell you. My grandma down there, she 95, she mid 90s.
Yeah.
She down there thugging it, bro.
Thugging it out.
I gotta go see her soon before she cuts me.
Yeah. Look, you don't get that phone call quick.
Yeah. Hey, I ain't talked to you in a
Come
while.
on, baby, where you at?
Yeah, she be talking crazy. But
that's what's up, man. So, look, is there any other artists that you kind of just been watching or you kind of rock with that you kind of want to, maybe collab with?
You mean local?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. It's a lot, man.
You can name me like 4.
My homie Swank. He from the 252.
Okay.
He definitely. We got Kelly Kell out of Durham.
Kelly Kell.
Yeah, she from Durham, light skin.
I think I heard of her before.
She from Durham.
Yeah.
She's super dope.
She dope with it?
Yeah.
What type of style she got? Like a
bars.
Bars?
Yeah, she give you a 90s hip hop vibe, but she's dope.
Got you.
I don't really even be on like a trap wave, but like I can. Like,
but if you had that trap, if you got that trap, that one trap song, who would you put up there with you?
I rock with the baby.
You rock with okay?
I rock with the baby out of Charlotte. I love his energy, like bro, energy crazy. Like he's an entertainer, but above all, like I rock with his energy. Like I mean, it's a couple dudes out here, man. I'm real selective about who I attach my brand to.
You got to.
But it's just a couple dudes, kind of like, yo, I like the way you do this, like that. I know it's something I may need to add in my repertoire, the way I do things. But like, yeah, I want that. If I can't learn from you, that's a dead end street and not a two-way road. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's a dead end road, bro.
Talking, man.
Like so at the end of the day, so I take that approach in business. Every aspect of my life is kind of like, what can I learn from you? What can you learn from me? What can I gain from you? What can you gain from me? If not, we just blowing smoke. Man.
That's it.
So that's why I'm at with it.
I was telling people, man, probably like last week sometime.
What's up?
And just let me know if you feel the same way. I said people don't like to support you or try to enhance your success if they view you as a peer.
That's valid.
Cause I bet let me tell you, man, I promise
hard,
you.
Bro.
You see what I'm saying?
That was hard.
You gotta think about it, because if they look at you as a peer, like, man, like,
that's the home.
They're not gonna want to look up to the things that you got to offer or the things that you say, because they're looking at you as a peer. They're not gonna really support it.
Yeah.
You feel like that's valid?
Now that I wouldn't have even worded it like that, but I'm glad that you did it. You just helped me. I gained something just now.
Facts.
Now that you say that, it's kind of like people are lackluster when it comes to. It's no sense of urgency to support my peer, my homie, because it's just like, oh, that's small. It's like, nah, this should be, yo, that's small. What you need,
What you need, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I might not be able to do it, like, monetarily, but I know my uncle, he does, bro, he do this radio station and, yo, bro, let me link y'all. Oh, I got an engineer that's, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's no sense of urgency, but it's kind of like, I struggled with that for a little while, but then I had to realize, like,
what part of it did you struggle with? What you mean by that?
More so, I struggled with that when I identified with that. I never put it into words, but it's funny that you said that.
Okay.
But I struggled with just like, word, like, I'm getting crazy love over here, crazy love over here. What about my city, or what about my homies? Or my homies really support, so I can't even really do that. Whether it's just like, yo, I ain't got it right now, bro. I'm trying to go, what you need, bro? It's kind of, or they already know, so I can't even, my homies is legit.
They're legit.
Even if it's like, this is how I think it's going to happen, right? With a lot of people in terms of getting support. My opinion, it's going to go state, national, then citywide, then probably global. It's so backwards.
It's so backwards.
Why my city don't rock with me first, then the state catch the wave, then we going to go national. Think about your favorite artists, like, let's go Jeezy, you know, the A-Rock with Jeezy. You go Gucci, the A-Rock with Gucci. You got YG, that's what, LA, you know what I'm saying? You got Kendrick, that's Compton. You got, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, the cities ended up catching the wave. But initially it won't, like, nah. The people you rock with the most, the very first thing you check to see if somebody valid, if an artist is valid, you be like, where he from? Or do they even rock with him like that in the city? It's funny, another thing that held me back from doing music for a while is because, like, there's so many people trying to do music with mediocre talent, in my opinion. That was kind of like, every time I heard, I'm like, yo, bro, I'm rapping now. I'm like, here go another one.
Yo, that's the realest thing.
Bro, so then when I started, like, really made that decision to kind of, like, take music serious, I was like, damn, what is this? Like, damn, what is this nigga doing rapping?
Right.
Oh, damn, then go another one. Then I kind of just like, bro, I got something to say. Like, I don't care what you think, or if it ain't for you, it ain't for you. If you want to trap wave and you don't want to get these conscious bars sometimes, or I can go on a trap beat, still give you some conscious bars, or I can. I'm all about bridging the world. That's why I want to. Even with working with my kids over there, they over there creating that EP as we speak. On one track, I got R&B, a girl singing in Spanish, and two rappers, like real lyricists.
That's dope. That's creating music
on a Spanish beat, a Spanish trap beat.
Where you get your beats from, man? You gotta holler at my cousin Art, man. He got.
We was just chopping it
up. Yeah, he got some. I can already tell by your style.
Yeah.
He'll definitely be somebody to match up with.
That's love.
He got some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
One thing I take pride in, back to you talking about freestyling. One thing I take pride in is being able to go on any beat
and go.
Yeah, like if you don't, that's when I learned like not everybody got flow. You know how a lot of art. This is why I don't like to rock with a lot of artists. Is because they sound the same on every single beat.
Come on, man. He talking what I be wanting to say, yo. And let that man speak.
Like before I hit play, I don't want to know what you about to say already. You know what I'm saying? I got this project. Got this project right now. Me and my homie working on. So we did a campaign, and it was called Never Sold Drugs. So I ain't never sold no work a day in my life. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But before we put it out, before I hit share, I struggle because I'm like, it's gonna be people that done sold that work, that's trying to change their life, that may feel offended by that. Then I had to make that decision, like, well, bro, it's not for you.
It's not for you.
But the beauty in it is, so we flipping the whole joint, and I don't really want to give it up.
Don't give it up. Don't give it up yet. Don't give it up.
Essentially, what it's gonna be is a play on the theme of never selling drugs. So the playlist might be like LSD, hard. These are titles. LSD hard. LSD gonna stand for love selling drugs. NSD, never sold drugs. Like little stuff like that. So I might be on the track. I ain't never sold drugs. Never sold drugs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like little, just like melodic, just playing like it's a real druggy type vibe. But we give you conscience, and then I'm gonna come up back and I'm gonna speak from a dope boy's.
Yeah. Like, oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant, bro. Do that. That's brilliant.
That might not come for another year. I don't know. It might come 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
I got
a lot of stuff.
Hundreds of songs unreleased. It's kind of like, yo, you ain't at a point where you can't not be releasing. But I'm also on some, I need to get my paperwork right because I never know which one gonna pop.
First.
And then somebody try to buy the rights to my song. I ain't got my stuff in order, so it's kind of like one thing I really want to take pride in doing is music education. A lot of people got the talent, bro.
That's the lane. I'm telling you, that's the lane right there for you.
Oh,
I know that's the lane right there.
Quick shout out, Lyric. Her name is Lyric out of Charlotte. She goes by I Am a Songwriter. Follow her on IG. She taught me everything about this business, and I don't even know. She probably gave me a quarter of what she knows.
Her name Lyric.
I paid for that information. I'm investing into this industry. I'm investing into my career. So her name, she goes by Lyric. Out of Charlotte. I think she rocked with the baby. I think she gave him the game, if I ain't mistaken.
That's what's up. You put me on something.
Bro, she is valid, bro.
Word.
So we're working on paperwork now to get these artists signed. So getting this bread up. So
hey man, you got my 100% support with it, man. When I seen that, matter of fact, when I was told that I was doing this interview with you today, I thought it was love because I feel like with all the interviews that I do, it's like normally, you know, artists and different things like that, which you artist yourself, but I felt like you bring something else to the table, you know what I mean, because the youth is really where it's at, you know what I'm saying, so everything you got going on that you're doing, man, keep it up, bro. Any type of way where I can be some type of assistance, I'm here, and I tell people all the time, you got to hold people accountable. If you don't hold them accountable, then you cannot expect things to get done.
That's valid. I'm glad you said that, bro. Sorry, there's two things you said. You said something about the youth. My two biggest investments are into youth and women, specifically black women. Because I always get a return on my investment.
Yeah. Every time.
Never not got a return on my investment. investment, but it's not even about it. It's like literally that was the youth is life, and women create life. Why not invest into?
Why invest?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We getting off on the daily, but you know what I'm saying? Women are the ones that create and recreate, and we the ones that provide. The kids are the ones that provide the creativity and the innocence and the youthfulness. So yeah, that was just. Nah,
that's real though. That's what we can talk all day, man. Let the people know, man, where they can follow you at. You know what I'm saying, on all your platforms, man.
Yeah. So on Instagram we got multiple pages. We got for my personal is J.Rashad, so J.Rashad. The nonprofit is G3 at G3CE, and then the music production company is at G3ENT. What else? Twitter is JRashad919. Ready? That's my man right here. We got the bus loaded up.
That's what it is. We wrapping it up now.
Yeah, that was perfect. Perfect timing. But yeah, man. What else? Twitter. We got Instagram, Facebook. You can find me at JRashad.
JRashad. Everything JRashad. Same way. The reason why I said, because when people shout out their names, I really need them to let the people know.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I did that.
That's what it is,
man. It was love, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, I appreciate you coming through.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you something, man. I learned something, and that's always key to learn something. You know what I'm saying? And I hope you also learn something as well. But ain't just a little small, little tiny thing.
For sure.
But I will tell you this, man. Let's keep in touch.
Sure.
Cause the wave you on is the same wave I'm on at the same time. It's all about the kids, man.
I see you moving.
Trying, man. That's the name of the game.
I see you moving.
You know what I mean? We gonna move together though.
Yes,
Teamwork make the dream work.
Yes, sir.
Hey man, we out of here. Mad Perry Paper TV. Yes, we lit.